and welcome back to another episode of Tube Talk. How are you?
I'm good. I just had a cup of tea and I'm just on my throat. I just had to quickly take a sip of water.
Take your sip.
There
you go.
As you were talking, as we went live on Tube Talk.
Okay, let's talk about what's happened in the past week.
Exciting news though.
Oh, yep, you go first.
Two pieces of exciting news, Sophie.
Yep.
One piece of exciting news is, I think last week's Tube Talk was a record number of views, or close to it. It's the most we've had in a while. It's been slowly building. So one of us, probably you, is doing something right. And the second piece of information is, can you hear that in the background? Can you hear that?
If you can, that's just Mum typing away.
That's right.
Today.
The backup interviewer, Melissa Barnett, is in the office, typing away.
Something
Hello, viewers.
Working out horse names and paperwork.
And the like.
Okay, so I think we should start the past week off with the Melbourne Cup because that was the main event. Yeah,
and fantastic result. The longest priced horse ever to win, or longest equal 100 to 1. Paid $65.90 here, but I think he paid $106 in Australia, and he was 100 to 1 on the tote. Fixed odds. So, first woman jockey, and wasn't it great with her little brother, little Stevie Payne, there as the strapper. I think everyone's hearts broke in tears in people's eyes.
Yeah.
And a big. I mean, I know I lost a bundle on the cup, but I didn't care because it was just so cool.
Yeah, and. My personal favourite...
I didn't. I thought it was great.
My personal favourite was at the end after the guy had finished interviewing Stevie. He's like, do we need to do it again?
Yeah, that's
and he
right.
shouts at the camera.
Stevie was like, you idiot, of course we don't. You got me.
Okay, so...
Big Kiwi Connections for the Cup. Side by Pentai, who stands in New Zealand. I looked at my notes on Prince of Penzance. I said, needs time. I said... okay type, like nothing wrong with them, and just a little bit long in the pastons. So we didn't find too much wrong with them. The big question is, why didn't we buy them?
And I said in your notes from the catalogue, did it say future Melbourne Cup winner?
And I wrote that in afterwards, so anyone picking up my catalogue, it says future Melbourne Cup winner. But also the Payne family, the father of the Paynes, there's 10 kids.
Yeah.
The father of the Paynes, they grew up in Howrah, and he moved to Australia in the 70s, and so Michelle Payne was born over there in the 70s, the kids were. Or not the 70s, the 80s. So they're a big Kiwi connection.
Okay, now, we have to rush on because we haven't even spoken about any horses yet and we're hitting the 3-minute mark.
Right, go.
So, on Saturday we had, I was trying to say Solomon Mighty. We had Mighty Solomon who ran second. Yeah,
3 really good runs on Saturday. Mighty Solomon ran second. Really hard run. He sat 3 wide on the speed, facing the breeze, and was only run down in the last 3 strides by Kiwi, who most people think is the best horse in the country. I personally think if the runs had been reversed, we would have won. I think we would have beaten Kiwi if we had his run, he had ours. But that's for another day. I didn't look forward to racing against him again. But very good run. He goes into next Wednesday's Copeland's Mile, the richest handicap mile in New Zealand. As favourite, he goes in Peking. We just want a good draw for him. He's only got 56 kilos and he's ready to run a mighty race next Wednesday.
Nice. We also had Thorn Past with a very unlucky 5th.
And I just want to say, and it has been the Copeland's Mile has been his target. And okay, Thorn Past.
Okay, yeah, very unlucky 5th who also ran on Saturday.
Very good run. He's just got no real speed out of the barriers, unfortunately, and he just got too far back. But he really started to increase his pace from the 800 metres, and when he got into the home straight, he just picked up, and at the 200 he was flying, and then he ran into a brick wall, and he just couldn't get out, and he got beaten 1.9 lengths for 5th. And Robbie Hannon was very lucky because there was a fall straight after the line because it was so tight. Hayden Tinsley broke 5 ribs, and Robbie nearly got knocked off. He was halfway off the horse, and he managed to hang on and get back up. And Robbie said the only reason he didn't come off was because Thorn Past is such a big horse and managed to hold his feet. So he is on target over a mile next start on a dead track. I think he is awfully hard to beat.
Okay, so last week we had one other runner, which was Sadler's Rock, who ran on Sunday and came second as well.
Yeah, a really good run from Sadler's Rock. He ran in the Banks Peninsula Cup and ran, as you said, second. A good ride from David Walsh, but a better one from Chris Johnson. We were in the trail and we couldn't get out, so we had to come back and go round 3 wide to get out, and we just couldn't quite get Chris Johnson's horse, who sat outside us, and we went down half a length. But he's a happy horse. He's in great form. He is peaking for 2 weeks' time. He's in we've entered the New Zealand Cup, and it's going to be touch and go whether he gets a start in that race. If he does, we'll run him. He deserves to run. If he doesn't, he'll run in an 85 2500 with $40,000 the same day. Dude of a horse, real cool dude.
Nice. Dude of a horse, that's a good expression. And then this weekend, we have got 3 runners, which I think is probably the most little number we've had in a couple months because of all the trials going on.
Yeah, that's right. And also we've got some runners next Tuesday and Wednesday, and it's sort of this time of the year it sort of changes around a bit. But you're right, 3 runners,
and they're all wide draws.
All drawn horribly. Which one do you want to talk about first?
I think we should go with Poetica Fear. Sorry, do you
No, you go. I don't want to interrupt.
Just need to give more introduction. Poetica Fear, who's running at Waikato on Saturday in the maiden 3-year-old mile.
She is. Has drawn barrier 14 of 15 horses. Reaction?
Meh. Boo. Stink.
So, look, I'd love to ride a handy with a bit of cover, but you're sort of going to have to really ride her out of the gates and use up a bit of gas early. So, we're undecided whether we'll start. If we do start, I think we'll be going forward on her and trying to either, trying to be close to the pace the whole way. She's pretty consistent. She's going to stay. She's got a big frame and she's still a touch weak, but as she gets stronger, she'll develop more of a sprint. So I think she can be very competitive on Saturday. But if we'll just decide whether we're going to run or not. I'd hate to waste a run. If we don't run, we'll look. There's a couple of options for next week, possibly Te Ao Mutu. So we'll just think about and look at the weather over the next few days and make a decision whether we run or not.
Yeah. And also on Saturday at Canterbury, we've got Pinzano in the rating 65 1200.
$30,000 race.
Takes a sip of water. There we go. Back at it.
Barrier 17 of 17.
Well, that's pretty terrible.
But she will run. She's going really well. We're really happy with her track work. She's a happy horse. She's galloping well. The one issue that we had, one of the issues we have is her barrier draw. Got Danielle Johnson on, but the 1200 metres at Riccarton is a dog leg. They don't have to go round a corner, so it's not as bad as some other places. So we will run, and she'll go forward from the draw, and hopefully we can sort of get across a bit if she jumps well enough and get some cover.
Yeah, and
it's going well. I think she's an each way chance.
Yeah, she is. And then also for our final runner on Sunday at Hawke's Bay, we've got Charlestown, and the rating 75 1200.
We do. So he's coming up really well. He won a trial, and then he ran second in another trial. We set off them and hit the line. The trial he won, he bet Platinum Witness, who's won since resuming, and then ran third in the Group 1 last start. So he's going really well. He's drawn barrier 8 of 8. 1200 metres is too short for him. We were using it as a bit of a pipe opener for him, so he'll still run from that barrier. He'll be better off setting up over 1400 metres. The one concern is there's meant to be a stack of rain in the bay this weekend, and if it gets too wet, we won't run him. I think he's okay on a dead track, but he's no good on a slow track. So if he runs, I think he can run in the first 4 with plenty of improvement when he gets up to a more favoured distance next start, but we'll keep an eye on the weather. And then just quickly, next week, fields are announced, we can't talk about it, but Sharpell, Tuesday, Te Ao Mutu, possibly a couple others depending on scratchings, what we do. Wednesday, Mighty Solomon, of course, in the Copeland's Mile. He'll take on Platinum Witness then and LA Eagle, who are the main 2 dangers. And What a Star also in a $30,000 1400 metre race.
Nice. And I was going to say, before we sign off, I want to give a big thank you to all the viewers for leaving all the lovely comments and always watching the Tube Talk, because it's really fun to make, and it's awesome that people watch it as well.
Yeah, no, it's cool, and people love your feedback. They love listening to you.
Yeah,
so
and it's
great.
really lovely when they like leave comments and they it's nice when they watch it.
Yeah, cool. We
Cool.
might get a few more this week.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks,
you,
Soph.
Albert.
Thank you, Sophie.
And this has been another awesome episode featuring Mum this time, typing in background.
Not much.
Oh, Tube Talk.
Yeah, with
See
little
you-
comments. And we'll see you next week.
On Tube Talk. See you later. Bye.